Most people think it's just a cute habit when their cat sleeps next to them. But what if that behavior carries meaning you've been overlooking the entire time? It looks simple on the surface, but it's actually one of the most emotionally significant things a cat can do. And when owners misunderstand it, which happens more often than you'd think, they miss signals their cat has been sending for years. So let's break down what's really happening behind that nightly routine. First, this was never just about warmth. Why does your cat actually choose to sleep with you? The common explanation is obvious. Cats get cold, you're warm, problem solved. But that doesn't hold up. Cats are experts at finding heat. Sunlight, electronics, radiators, fresh laundry. If temperature was the only factor, they wouldn't keep coming back to the same place every night. And if you really think about it, your home already offers multiple warmer, quieter, and more controlled spots than your bed ever could. Places with no movement, no noise, no risk of being disturbed. Yet your cat ignores all of that consistency and chooses a space that shifts, breathes, and moves unpredictably. You. That choice doesn't align with a simple need for comfort. It contradicts it. Because if warmth was the only goal, your cat would optimize for stability, not connection. They would choose the safest and most efficient heat source and stay there. But they don't. They choose presence over perfection. They choose you over certainty. And that's exactly why this behavior can't be explained by temperature alone. Sleep is when a cat is at its most vulnerable. Every instinct pushes them toward hidden, protected spaces where nothing can reach them. Yet instead of choosing isolation, they walk past those safe spots and climb into bed with a human much larger than them. That decision has nothing to do with comfort alone. It reflects a level of trust most people never fully grasp. Research in animal behavior shows that cats form attachment patterns with their owners, similar to how infants bond with caregivers. So when your cat sleeps next to you, the message is simple, even if it's never spoken. I feel safe enough with you to completely let my guard down. Now, here's something many people overlook: scent. Have you noticed your cat rubbing against you before settling down? That's not random affection. Cats have scent glands around their face and tail, and they use them to leave invisible markers. But it goes deeper than marking territory. When your cat sleeps pressed against you, they're blending their scent with yours. In the wild, cats living in the same group share a unified scent. It's how they identify who belongs. It's how they communicate safety without making a sound. So when your cat repeats this behavior every night, it's reinforcing a bond. You and I are connected. We belong together. This is also why your cat may inspect you intensely when you come home smelling different. You've disrupted that shared scent, and they're restoring it. Another layer is positioning. Where your cat sleeps is rarely random. Even the most domesticated cat still carries predator instincts, and predators are always aware of potential threats. So when your cat chooses a spot next to you, part of that behavior is strategic. If they face the door, they're monitoring the entry point. If they stay near your head, they're guarding a vulnerable area. If they position themselves along your body, they're maintaining proximity while staying alert. This behavior traces back to wild cat groups, where individuals would take turns watching over each other during rest. That instinct hasn't disappeared. Your cat may be small, but internally there's still a drive that says, "This human is mine to watch over." Will they actually defend you? Probably not. But from their perspective, they've taken on that role every night. Then there are sleeping positions. Each one communicates something specific. If your cat curls into a tight ball, That's a protective posture. Vital areas are covered and the body stays compact. It suggests partial trust. They're comfortable being near you but still maintaining a layer of caution. If they stretch out fully, exposing their belly, that's the opposite. That position signals complete security. A cat only exposes its stomach when it feels absolutely safe. If they turn their back to you, it's not disrespect, it's trust. In cat behavior, showing your back means you don't feel the need to monitor the other individual. And if they press directly against you with no space at all, that's the strongest signal. They want full contact, not out of neediness, but out of attachment. There's also something more subtle. Your cat adjusts its schedule for you. Cats are naturally most active at dawn and dusk. Their biology is built around those times, so technically their routine shouldn't match yours at all. But bonded cats often shift their internal rhythms. They stay awake when you're active. They rest when you sleep. Studies have shown that domestic cats living closely with humans gradually synchronize their sleep-wake cycles with their owners. That means your cat is overriding its natural instincts just to align with your life. They greet you when you return. They show up before your alarm. They adapt, not out of habit, but preference. Now consider this. Your cat can sense your state before you even express it. If you've had a stressful day and your cat suddenly stays closer than usual, that's not coincidence. Cats pick up on subtle changes in body language, movement, and even scent. Stress hormones like cortisol alter how you smell and behave. Your breathing shifts, your posture changes. Your cat detects all of it. They may not understand the reason, but they recognize the difference. That's why some cats become more affectionate when their owner is unwell, anxious, or emotionally off. Sleeping near you gives them constant access to those signals: your heartbeat, breathing patterns, restlessness. Over time, they learn what normal feels like for you, and when something changes, they notice immediately. What does it mean if your cat suddenly stops sleeping with you? Finally, if this behavior suddenly stops, pay attention. If your cat has been consistently sleeping next to you and then abruptly stops, it's rarely random. Cats rely heavily on routine. Breaking a pattern like this usually means something has changed. Sometimes the cause is physical, pain, illness, or discomfort. Cats instinctively isolate when they don't feel well. Sometimes it's environmental, a new person, a new pet, or changes in their surroundings. And sometimes it's emotional. If something negative happened in that space, they may start avoiding it. The key point is this: your cat originally chose to sleep beside you because of trust. If that changes, they're not being unpredictable, they're communicating. And it's your responsibility to notice, interpret, and, if necessary, help them feel safe again. Because to your cat, that nightly routine was never something small, and it shouldn't be small to you either.